Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Awakened Healings with Jess. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Today is St. Patrick's Day and like I mentioned last week, one of my favorite things about St. Patrick's Day is the green. I love seeing everybody dressed up in green because for me, that symbolizes the heart chakra. So I feel all the love, I feel all the healing energy coming from the color of green. But so let's get started. So there's lots going on this week. Middle of this week is going to be huge for us. We have the new moon, the full moon in Libra occurring on the 20th of March, and that's going to bring about some interesting energies for all of us. Also on the 20th of March is first day of spring. It's the spring vernal equinox, which I absolutely love because spring for me always symbolizes a period of renewal, rebirth, growth, new opportunities, just a new energy. We're coming out of the winter, coming into spring, coming into flowers, blooms, sunshine, baby animals. It's just a period of renewal and newness, and I love that. Also on the 20th is, you can consider it the astrological new year. We are transitioning from Pisces season to Aries season. So March 20th marks the first day of Aries season for us, which brings with it a new energy of fire. And just like the whole spring renewal and regrowth, the fire energy has a very motivating, energetic, kind of like a go-getter type feeling with it. So many of us have been utilizing the watery, dreamy, intuitive energy of Pisces to really think about what it is that we want and how we want our manifestations to crystallize, in the next coming weeks. So we have a lot going on, and I went ahead and pulled some cards from the Shamanic Oracle. This is the mystical Shamanic Oracle that I usually pull from. I like to start my readings with a bit of shamanic spiritual guidance and medicine. The whole purpose of my program is to offer healing messages. And this is, again, a general reading. It's a general healing message for the collective. And, please accept what resonates with you and, just leave what does not resonate. And that's okay. But I'm hoping that, that many of you find this healing message useful, and hopefully you can integrate some of the advice that's coming through these cards from the divines. These are divine messages. I'm just the tool, I'm the mouthpiece, speaking on behalf of the divine. So what we have, we're seeing a repeat of the sacrifice card. So we got this card last week, and sacrifice this time is coming up upright. And when sacrifice enters our reading, this means that this is a time for us to offer up our most precious wishes and precious gifts. And when we offer it up to the divine, we have to do so with such love, reverence, and intent that our offer becomes a sacrifice, and therefore it becomes sanctified. So when we're offering these up to the divine for their blessings, for their assistance, our wishes will return back to us tenfold. So this is a very, very powerful manifestation tool to use. And what's coming out in the reading, first of all, is I want to say it's the sacrifice card, the rainbow, and then wind in reverse. And what's cool about this is that these cards are saying that for many of us, we're very, very close to ending those cycles, ending the bad habits, and we're very close to starting anew, which is right in alignment with where we should be energetically. We've got, like I said, we've got the full moon in Libra that's happening, plus we have Aries starting on Wednesday, as well as spring. So lots of renewal energy going on, and that's also being communicated in the cards. So use this last few days in Pisces to, again, release anything that's no longer serving you, really clear the plate, because the Libra full moon it's at 0 degrees. And with 0 degrees, that means we are being called to wipe the slates clean, literally zero ourselves out, so that way we can allow the new opportunities, new beginnings, new people, new energy into our lives. So again, with sacrifice, think about what it is that's most precious to you. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, please offer that up to the divine as a form of sacrifice. It will be sanctified and you will be blessed tenfold. Don't be afraid, because this also symbolizes that this is the last step in manifesting your goals and dreams into your lives. So moving on, like I said, we have the rainbow card, and it came up upright as well. So this is an invitation from the spirits, and usually the rainbow card symbolizes the seven steps in spiritual ascension. Here, this one is saying that it recognizes that we are spiritually aligned right now with ourselves and with the divine. We know what it is that we want. We know what it is that we're trying to manifest and what we're trying to crystallize into the 3D. And this is saying, weather the storm, it's almost over, but the rainbow, is letting us know that your future is bright and your future is right there. So we're right there, almost at the finish line. So keep doing what you're doing, keep clearing what you have to clear, and get honest with yourself. What is still in your life that's holding you back? Is there anything that you are blocking yourselves from? Is there that one relationship or that one person that maybe needs to go? Maybe it's time for you to have that hard conversation and say, hey, you know what? This dynamic between you and I is no longer serving me. And this doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This can be a business relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be a conversation with a family member. But maybe things need to be said. You have to clear the air in order for you to truly call in what it is that you're seeking. If you're still blocked, or if you're holding on to fear, or if fear is controlling the situation and preventing you from speaking up, stepping out into your true self and into your truth, then that could potentially hinder what it is that you're manifesting. It could slow it down, or it could come in a different way, maybe in an unexpected way, or manifest something completely differently that you didn't quite want. So moving along into that is the winds of change, and the wind came up to us as medicine. But what I like about the wind is, one, this is the ultimate symbol for air, and air governs communication, thought, ideas, and intellect. So kind of going right along with what the rainbow card was suggesting is, we've got to do those last minute cleanings, clearing, releasing, because now's the time to do it. The wind is here. Think of it as like this. When the wind comes in, it's a windstorm. Sometimes it can be as violent as a tornado. Sometimes it can just be gusts of wind coming through. But wind always has a cleansing energy to it. And it's ideal that it's coming into us tonight, because like I said, we're embarking on a time of renewal with Aries season, and with spring, and with the Libra full moon. So let the winds of change usher in that change that you are seeking. Let it blow out any of that toxicity in your life, any of those relationships that are no longer serving you, and let it blow out, the fear that you're holding on to. Anything that's in your heart, release it. Anything that's in your throat chakra, release it. Unblock your heart, unblock your throat, so you can speak your truth. And that way the words are coming through the divine. So yeah, this is an interesting reading. So what I want to do next is I'm going to pull a spread. I'm doing something a little bit differently. I kind of want to pull for the divine feminine and divine masculine. I'm going to move these up here and just get sort of a spring reading, since we're at a new year, so to speak, astrologically. Pisces is the 12th. It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. It's the last sign of the zodiac. It's the most psychic sign of the zodiac. But Aries is the first sign. So this is an astrological new year, and it'll be kind of cool to see, where we're at, with the masculine and the feminines. So we'll see what cards we pull. Okay. Cards are really jumping tonight. So this side is the feminine, it's where we're at right now. I'm going to pull for the masculine. But yeah, I'm really excited about all the changes that are happening. The Libra full moon is all about balance. It's all about relationships. It's all about communication. And coupled with the Aries energy, Aries is always about I am. It's always about self. So since it's a fire energy, it's telling you all to really step into your truth. Who are you? How do you want to show up in this world? How do you want to be seen? How do you want to be heard? How do you want to be regarded? And many of you right now are being called to express yourself in different ways. It could be through art, it could be through literature, it could be through cooking, it could be through baking, it could be through maybe starting a blog of your own. Maybe there's an issue that you'd like to bring to light that is near and dear to your heart, you know, maybe through advocacy, volunteering in your community. But you're just showing yourself up, you're just showing up in a different way and being more creative and being an outlet for, being an outlet for what needs to be expressed through you. And creativity is actually a form of divine communication. So when you're creating something, just know that it doesn't belong to you, but it is a gift through you to the world, to those that either need your message or need your healing energy or need your company or something. So yeah, but Aries, like I said, is about you stepping into your truth and declaring who you are, that I am energy. And with Libra full moon, Libra, like I said, is all about community and balance. So Libra is symbolized by the scales, and it is requiring us to take inventory of where we are in our lives, where do we want to go in our lives, what is working for us, what is no longer working for us, what needs to be cleared out. And that's right along the lines of what we just saw in the shamanic reading of Winds of Change. You know, you're being asked to clear out the stagnation, clear out last remnants of negativity. I'm going to move these around a little bit, you know, in order for you to grow and to ascend and to manifest what it is that you truly want. And just know that the full moon's also, you know, it's a great time for you to get clear and reaffirm those affirmations and manifestations that you're trying to bring in. So on Wednesday, you know, harness that full moon energy and just kind of get outside, get grounded, you know, tap into that earth energy and really get clear about what it is that you want, because this is the time to do it. The cards are supporting you in that endeavor. All right, so without further ado, let's look at what we have for the masculine and feminine. Some of them came out already face up. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull an overarching card for the feminine, which is possibilities. For the masculine, it's the mind. So starting with the overall energy for the feminine, it's possibilities. And what I'm using is the Osho Zen Tarot deck. So this is Tarot. And crowning over the feminine energy right now is possibilities. It came up reversed. So I think what's happening is that many of us may be thinking about what it is that we want, but we're blocked. We're blocked from making that final release, that final purge. And this is a symbol, or this is a message saying, you know what, you can't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You've got to trust the divine. It's kind of in line with what we saw with the shamanic oracle reading. Offer up your most precious wishes and desires to the divine so they can be sanctified as blessings and return back to you tenfold. You have to release. So when it says sacrifice, it is a full let go, it's a full release. And it's saying, divine spirit, I truly trust in you to help me manifest what it is that I truly desire to bring into my life and to bless me. And the universe is saying, yes, they will. We've got the winds of change, which means you've got to clear out those last remnants of fear, the last remnants of negativity, any last remnants of toxicity in your life. Because when you do that, these possibilities will become upright, and, you know, the world is your oyster. You are powerful manifestors, and just trust that you are in alignment and where you need to be right now in your life. We got the rainbow card. The rainbow was upright, and it was an invitation saying you are on your spiritual path towards ascension, and you are growing spiritually, and you are being loved and supported and blessed. So again, don't be afraid to clear out any blockages, and, you know, get still, and to get integrated into your energy and your spirit and your mind, and, you know, who you are and what it is that you want. Okay, so for where feminines are right now, we've got fighting, which is the this is a minor arcana card. This is the page of clouds, and this corresponds to the sword. The swords in the tarot deck. So many of us may be fighting with ourselves. Can't do that, you know, because this is also blocking our path towards ascension. So we got fighting. We also got the traveling card, and then we also got projections. Okay, so that's where the energy is right now for the feminines, and we are struggling with ourselves, but we are traveling. The traveling card represents our journey towards our next goal in our life, our next point. But when this card comes up, this is saying, you know what? It's not about the destination. It's about the experience along your path. That's where the nuggets of life lie, you know? It's what are you seeing on this journey? Who are you meeting? Where are you going? How are you growing? So that's the sweetness of the travel card. It's about the journey. Because once you get to your destination, like, all right, I made it. I'm here at this place that I wanted to be at. Now what? So really take your time on the journey, you know, embrace the changes, embrace the challenges, embrace the new people you're experiencing and interacting with, and slow down. You know, that's where the goodness lies. I know maybe some of us are fighting with an idea of where we want our relationship to be. Maybe our relationship isn't quite serving us. Maybe we're not happy with our masculines. Maybe we feel like we're not being seen or heard. Maybe our needs aren't being met, you know, by our masculines. But you've got to let that go, you know. You are on your path, and the universe is listening to you. And whatever is blocking you here, you have to, again, release it in sacrifice to the universe. And then we have projections for the feminine. This is the 7 of water. And in the tarot deck, it also represents the 7 of cups. But here for projection, it's an interesting illustration here, is saying make sure that you are seeing the situation clearly. A lot of us have an idea of what we think the situation is, and then we start believing our stories. We start believing our own version, when that may not necessarily be true. So if some of you are in union with your twins or your soulmates, make sure that you're seeing them clearly for who they are, and making sure that you understand what it is that they're showing you. Because many of us walk around with masks and facades, and we project a certain image, but that may not necessarily be who we are inside. And also this is saying making sure that you are showing up authentically and truthfully for your masculine. Maybe it's you who's hiding behind a mask, hiding behind a facade. So this is telling you to make sure that you are showing up for yourself authentically, and that you're being real. And then same thing for your partner, that you're seeing them for who they are. Because like I said, many of us like to believe versions of the stories that may not be accurate. And we do that out of convenience. We do that as a self-protect mechanism, because none of us want to get our hearts broken. You know, broken hearts, no fun. But this is telling you to get authentic with yourself and be real. So for the masculine, where they are today, they are struggling. They they are going inside their minds. They're internalizing a lot right now. Crowning over them is the mind card. This is the overall energy for the masculine this week. They are stuck in their minds, and sometimes that can be a dark and ugly place. Our minds can play tricks on us, and we start to believe untruths, lies. That's where we get a lot of our societal programming from, which may not be reflective of who we are, ourselves. So that's what the masculine is going through right now. They are really inside their minds, and they're taking stock of what's going on. But there are some blockages here. So what I'm seeing here is they got the Master card, came up reversed, and when the Zen Master shows up, this is saying, look, you are in control of who you are. You are in control of your thoughts, but do not let your thoughts rule you, control your daily lives. Don't be a slave to your thoughts. This is saying, open up to the divine, open up your heart, because that's where you'll find your truth. That's where you'll find your true direction and what it is that you truly want out of your life. So right now, masculines are feeling a little bit blocked. There's a conflict between, their egoic selves and their divine selves. But once they can clear that, they also can come into unity within themselves and within all of their relationships. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic, but this is, all types of relationships, from business partners to friends to family to also romantic partners. But they need to tap into their spiritual selves and listen to the messages that they are receiving, because when the Zen Master comes, there's some pretty powerful downloads that are happening, and they are receiving these through dreams, through synchronistic thoughts, perhaps maybe conversations with their feminines. But you can't force this change to happen. This change has to happen on their own. So they are coming into their own sense of self and their own spiritual awakening, their own personal awakening. But again, this came up reversed, so they are struggling with it, and they may not be allowing themselves to open up fully just yet. They also got the aloneness card. So this is very synonymous with the Hermit card in the regular tarot deck. Aloneness depicts a man alone on a journey in the dark, and the only thing that's lighting his path is his own soul and his own spirit. So masculines right now are going through a period of transition. They are up-leveling within themselves, and this came up upright, so they are doing the work. They are evolving and changing and transforming in their own ways, which is perfect because, like I said, right now we have the full moon in Libra, we have spring equinox, and we have Aries. So, sorry, you may hear my bulldog in the background. I hope he doesn't start barking. If he does, I'll take a pause and we'll restart again. But yeah, so masculines are up-leveling right now. So that's where they are right now. Shh. Hey. Shh. Get over here. Sorry. He may be barking for a short bit, but we'll push through. So for oh my goodness. Babs. Shh. Sorry. Okay, so feminine, on where we're going, what our future holds in store for us. We've got celebration in reverse. We've got awareness in reverse, which is also a major arcana. And we have intensity upright. This is a minor arcana. So sorry. Bailey. Come sit here. Come sit right here. Sorry. I have a bulldog, and he's very stubborn, and when he starts to bark, I can't get him to stop. So I'm hoping that he will quiet down. Okay. Okay, so what's in store for feminine? So we have a celebration, which is symbolic of the Three of Cups. This represents group and community and celebration. It's in reverse, so this is basically symbolizing us to come here, come here, come here. Yes, come here. So this is symbolizing for feminines to get in touch with the feminine energy, to lighten up and to step into their authentic selves. Celebrate their womanhood, celebrate how far they've come in their lives, celebrate where they are in their relationships, and, you know, understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Right next to it was the fighting card. That means that we're struggling with ourselves. So we need to let all that go, really lighten up and celebrate where you're at. I mean, you all are in a good spot in your lives, and there may be some conflict between you and your masculine, but conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's an opportunity to identify problem areas, tweak it, and fix it. Perhaps those of you are in toxic relationships, and this could be a symbol saying it's time for you to really take serious looks at what's really going on in your lives. Maybe what you think you want is no longer serving you, and sometimes you just have to make that ultimate sacrifice and that release in order to get that other person to realize what their lives are without you, you know? I'm not saying to play games, and I do not advocate playing games, but sometimes you just have to walk away, and sometimes your absence will get the other person to see just how valuable you are and how much they miss you. So that is definitely something to think about. Reflect upon it. If that resonates with some of you, meditate, journal about it, because it is a big decision. It's a hard decision, but you are supported with the universe and the energy that's going on right now. Over that, you have the awareness card, and it is a major arcana. It's the number 7 card. So, like, this goes along with what I was saying about, you know, becoming crystal clear with where you are in your life and having the courage to make those difficult decisions. Over that, we have intensity. This is a fire card, and this is the Queen of Fire in the Osho Zen. So it also is synonymous with the Queen of Fire or the Queen of Wands in regular tarot. But like I said, you're being asked to get honest with yourself, and you're being asked to be courageous. And fire energy will bring that courage for you, that motivation, and will hopefully spark, you know, the momentum to make the difficult decisions if that's where you need to go. But also, you know, some of you may just be struggling, you know, in your lives. If you're not in union with your twin, or if you are looking for your soulmate relationship, you know, all this is saying, enjoy your journey. Be aware of where you are in your life. Be aware of what it is that you're trying to call into your life, what it is that you're trying to manifest. And be truthful and authentic, but most importantly, be courageous. Be courageous to be who you are. Stand in your truth. Harness that Aries energy to say, I am important. I am a beautiful human being. I am a spiritual being. I am a being of light. I am a being of love, and I am a being of healing. So be courageous to stand in your truth, because when you do that, you are becoming into ultimate alignment between yourself and the divine. And that's how you're going to manifest what it is that you truly desire and wish for yourselves. But you got to get clear. You got to clear the slate and clear the blockages. So that's the energy for the feminine, for what we have in store coming up. For the masculine, we've got the miser. And what this is saying is that they are holding on to the past. They are clinging to the past so tightly that they are blocking themselves from future opportunities, or from seeing things from a new perspective. Usually when this card comes up, this resembles someone who's clinging to the past, holding on to memories, holding on to ideas, holding on to old beliefs, and maybe that served them at one point in their lives, but it's no longer serving them today. So this is a card about release, and going along with what the cards came up for, and where they are today. They're trying to master their thoughts, but they're a little bit blocked, and they are being asked to go on their own internal spiritual journey with the aloneness card, which also is synonymous with the hermit. So they may be hermiting a little bit right now, and just give them that space to hermit and give them that space to release, because right now they're dealing with the miser. They are clinging to the past, and in order to get them to release that, they have to be shown that there are bigger and better things out there. They are also being asked to tap into the creativity. This is the 3 card. It's also a major arcana. And in the tarot deck, the 3 card is the Empress card. So they're also being asked to tap into their feminine energy to align themselves, with their partners. They're being asked to express themselves and to create as well. We also saw that with the feminine, but the masculine also needs to find a way to verbalize whatever it is that they're internalizing. So they're tapping into a new way of expressing themselves. So those of you who are in union and you're experiencing conflict, just be gentle with them. Afford them that time to hermit. Afford them that time to come forward when they're ready, and help create a safe space for them to express themselves, express the truth, because you can't have a relationship that's based on falsities or, projections on how you want to see things. That's not the truth. So offer up that space and create that loving environment to help them come forward in their own timing to say what they need to say to you, and then vice versa. Last card that they got is morality. This is the Queen of Clouds, which is also Queen of Pentacles in tarot. But in this particular deck, this is talking about changing their thoughts. When morality comes up, it symbolizes correctness of thought, black or white, right or wrong. It's got to be this way or that way. There's no room for gray. So it came up reversed for them. So that means that they are really internalizing. They're really thinking about who they are. They really are thinking about what they want. They're really thinking about what is working for them and what isn't. And again, they're being asked to master their thoughts. So you've got 2 thought cards right here, morality and the Zen Master. And the masculines right now are going through some things. So if they feel a little bit distant from you, you know why. They are really evaluating and analyzing where they are in their lives and what they want as well. Maybe that will include you in it, maybe not. For those of you who are in union and things are great, maybe they're thinking about up-leveling the relationship. Maybe this can usher in an engagement or a marriage or something, So this isn't all doom and gloom. I hope you're you're not freaking out by all that, but it's good things. There's just people right now are really thinking. They're getting in deep. There's a lot of introspection going on here right now, and this is the perfect time to do it because spring is on the horizon. New beginnings, new energy will usher in winds of change, new cycles. So it's all good. So what I want to do now is I want to pull, this is from another oracle deck. This is the Untamed Truth. And let's just get an overall reading of where we're at and what's in store for us. I'm just going to pull 3 cards. This will be overall. Okay, so we've got the Messenger for the feminine. 1 more card for the masculine. Card doesn't want to come out. Okay, one more, and I'm pulling from the top of the deck. Oh, here we go. We got a card. Okay. So, for feminine, we got the Messenger. It came up reversed. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate it upright. And the Messenger here is telling us, or is reminding us, to get still with ourselves, listen to the spiritual downloads that we're receiving, because right now we are really in tune with our psychic energies. Our psychic intuitions and our feelings are extremely heightened because we're still in Pisces season. It is the end of Pisces season. But still, we still have a lot of that energy. And Pisces is the most psychic sign of the zodiac. And when we're in that energy right now, many of us are feeling ultra sensitive, and we may be having more dreams. We may be seeing more signs and symbols. Come here, Bubby. Come here. Come sit down. Sorry, guys. It's close to his dinner time, and I think he's trying to tell me something. So I'm going to kind of push forward through. Come here, baby. Push forward through this and leave you with some good things. But yes, for feminine, the Messenger. Get clear with your mind, still yourselves, get grounded, and listen to those spiritual downloads that you're receiving. A lot of good energy here, a lot of good readings. It's just that right now everybody's in their minds, everyone's thinking, everyone's reevaluating, everyone is up leveling. And when they do that, there's a lot of self-assessment, self-evaluation, not only of your own selves, but of your relationships and goings on in your lives. What is serving you? What is no longer serving you? What needs to go? What can stay? So for masculine, we got the Rhoda. Came up reversed. But Rhoda is very close to the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot deck. So things are faded, a lot of faded things are happening for the masculines, and lots of change. They also got the We Are the World card, so a lot of harmony and unity going on. They just have to master themselves, and when they do, there will be a lot of harmonious relationships, maybe some reunions for those of you who are out of union with your twin. Maybe your relationships, those of you who are in union, will up level to something amazing. If it's not already amazing enough, it's going to get more amazing. But yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So this symbolizes change and transformation, which is right on time with where we're at with spring coming on, end of Pisces, beginning of Aries. So the astrological new year. So yeah, it's the wheel of change, and we're starting a new cycle. That's what this is representing. We're all starting a new cycle, and it's going to bring about some really cool things. So that is the Untamed deck. What I want to do now is I like to use the Pure Love deck. These are these beautiful crystalline heart-shaped images, and it's simple messages printed on them. Okay, I'm going to split the deck. Message for the feminine and a message for the masculine. The feminine would like to express to her masculine that she forgives him. So it's interesting because when I was doing the reading for the feminine energy, I did notice that I was focusing a lot on disunions and personal struggles, and I did feel that a lot of the feminines right now, that they are displeased with what's going on in their situation. Maybe there is some type of conflict, maybe there needs to be some communication that needs to happen, and that came out with the fighting, that came out with the projections. You're being asked to become more self-aware. It came up reversed, but awareness. So the message for the feminine is to let your masculines know that you forgive them. And it's time to have that challenging conversation and let them know how you feel about them. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you support them. Because again, they are really trying to master themselves. They are stuck in their mind. They are doing some deep, deep thinking, and they are hermiting right now. Okay? So they may feel a little bit distant from you. whatever that situation is, now's the time to go ahead and clear the air. Maybe that will help with some of their decision processes and harness that spring energy. Message for the masculine to his feminine is, I want to have fun times with you. So they're thinking about that. They're thinking about what the relationship can be, how the past was, and they're reminiscing about fun times with you and how great your relationship can be. So definitely take the time to communicate how you feel about them, and listen to those messages that you're receiving, because the message for you is clear the air. This is a real pretty red cardinal, and it's a real pretty snowy scene, and to me this represents serenity of mind, a lot of earth energy. So get grounded, meditate on what it is that you want to say, think about how you want to say it, but most importantly, be gentle with your masculine, because they really are deep in thought right now, and they really are doing a lot of self-reflection, self-evaluation, and thinking about what direction they want to take this relationship in. So don't be afraid. Again, remember, like I said earlier in the reading, sacrifice. So sacrifice your relationship, offer it up as a blessing, because it will be sanctified and returned back to you tenfold, with full abundance, lots of love, lots of gifts, lots of blessings. So don't be afraid. You are truly supported, okay? You've got the rainbow card again. Remember, the rainbow card symbolizes your spiritual ascension, and this is saying persevere through the darkness. You're almost there. You're almost there, because the light is right there at the end of the tunnel, and with that light will be a beautiful rainbow. So gifts, abundance, spiritual blessings, love, and protection are there for you. And then the winds of change came up reversed, but remember, winds of change ushers out, it has a cleansing effect. It pushes out all the negativity and anything toxic that's no longer serving you. So if you need to have that conversation with your masculine of I forgive you, harness the energy of the wind and know that you're being fully supported by your spirit guides and your angels, because they are there with you. So with that, I'm going to pull an abundance card, and it is empowerment. You are in control of who you are. Do not be afraid to be you. This goes right along with what we saw. And crowning over you is intensity, the Queen of Fire. Be who you are. Declare who you are, your new authentic self. You are empowered to take control of your life. You are empowered to make any decisions that either eliminates toxicity of things that no longer serve you, or to make decisions to allow new opportunities and energy to come into your life. So you are in control. Embrace this new empowerment. This is a gift. This overall is crowning your reading. So with that, thank you very much for staying with me. It went a little long, but there was a lot that I wanted to give you. Like I said, I did something new. I wanted to give you all a reading for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, just kind of show you where things are at with this new spring equinox that we're about to have, and the ushering of the Aries energy. So I hope this resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Apologies about my bulldog. He is a barker. He's very talkative, and it happens. It happens with pets. He's my baby, and this is his energy, his environment. So he just wanted to come in and say hello to you all. But anyway, lots of love, lots of blessings, lots of love and light, and may everything work out for you. All right? See you later. Bye-bye.